How y'all doing today? Tashi Mark here. I have my baston. I probably shouldn't twirl it around, just have a little fun here. Training though gets very serious. Now, the art that I do uses the word, the Filipino art that I use uses the word kali. Kali, arnis, eskrima. They're all different terms for the same thing, basically. Kali, I like to use the term, I love using the term kali actually. Kali is based on the word kalis, which means blade. Now this is not a blade, but I won't cut myself either. And there's a lot of reasons we practice with the sticks. One of them is so I don't hurt myself or my training partner. That's a very good reason. And it's very easy to pick up a stick anywhere and use it. But with that being said, when we train with the baston, the stick, we want to think of it as a blade. We have the tip of the blade, we have the shaft of the blade, we have the puño, the butt of the blade, the butt of the weapon itself. So now we want to think that we have a sharp weapon. So as we swing, think of your knuckles as your blade line. Blade line is so very important. So if I turn around, now if I think about my blade line here, and I practice here with that blade line, when I turn around to here, one of these weapons, I have a general idea of what I'm doing. So I'll go to one of my Chinese weapons, the broadsword. So again, I have the main blade, I have the tip, I have the pommel. So when I start to use it, I think of the functionality of the weapon. Because if it was a small dagger and I lose the functionality, all of a sudden I'm hitting with the side of the blade. I do remember a tournament once that I had the privilege, I always say the privilege of watching, and a young man went out with a broadsword and he was just waving it in the air like it was, I'm not quite sure, because he was striking here, hither, nither, and everywhere. Thing is, he won first place. So to me, that not only talks of him, but everybody who was in it, who was judging as well. So if you study any weapon, now I know most of the traditional styles of Kung Fu that are taught by the masters, the true masters, or even the true disciples of these masters, are going to teach you the proper way to use this. I also know there's a lot of styles that pick up swords or any bladed weapon and really do not have that much experience with it and may teach them incorrectly. Point in case. Japanese blade, wakizashi. I have not trained with a wakizashi. So I know it's a very delicate weapon to use, and you have special ways to draw and put back into the sheath. And hopefully I'm doing it some type of justice. Because when we deal with any of these weapons, we want to know a little bit about the history, the usage, where it came from. This is the talibon. This is one of the weapons of the Dikejit Kali, Negros Island. One of my favorites, one of my very favorites right here. That's a live blade. Now, live blade. The live blade, what I call a live blade. Live blade is a sharp blade. So when the kids ask me, are those real? Yes, every single one of these is real, and I can pick it up. I can put it down. That means it's real. Is it live? No, this one is not live. Now, again, this is Chinese. Now, it's a straight sword. Many people refer to it as a Tai Chi sword. It's a straight sword. And if you study the straight sword from China, you start to see that it has a lot of the fencing moves that you would use in the European styles. Of course, once you get a blade, once you start to learn about blades, you find out the similarities of the blades. Not so much the differences, but the similarities in the usage, even some of the manufacturing procedures. But let's get back to the blade line. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Oh, here's a good blade line. So, if you start to train any weapon, train the blade line. If you want to whack them upside the head, you can do that with anything. But if you start to train the blade, train the blade. Train the pommel. Pommel is another serious weapon. Smashing weapon. Close in weaponry to the top of the head. I train that with a stick as well, with a baston as well. Let's see, what haven't I picked up yet? Double-handed blade. Still, when I draw it, I put my knuckles down the line of the blade. So when I start to strike with it, striking with a blade. Now, I know with the katana, they like to cut with the last 6 inches, I believe, 6 to 8 inches. Excuse me if I'm saying that improperly. So, study your blades. But remember, blade line. If I see people wiggling, if I see people doing this, my students, this is what I see from my students on too many occasions. And they will tell you, I'm not pleased. Let me demonstrate. So here I am, teaching one of my classes, and I look over, and I see this. My face goes red, my eyes bulge out, and I correct them. I don't even know how they're able to do this. I'm unsure, because the grip itself lends to the proper blade line. And they start doing this and everything else. I'm like, no, 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 no. So it's very important, no matter what weapon art you do, focus on your blade line. You have the tip of the weapon, cutting blade. All right? And I think that'll take care about that one. Take care about that one today. Yep, that kind of covers it. All right. Have a good one. Catch you later.